Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales? Doobie 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 doo. Chap tales. You right, peeps? What is happening? Okay, so I've got a nice short one that I remembered in the back of the block. This is another story taking the mickey out myself. Thought it might be a little bit funny for you to listen to, so here we go. All right, so this is when we was probably, 12, 13 years old. And the studio that I'm in now was once upon a time my bedroom. And in my bedroom was my computer console of the time, whatever it was, Nintendo, something like that, with them big fat cartridges you used to slide into it. So I was with my nephew and just a pair of us, nobody else in the house. We was just playing the computer. I don't know what we was playing, Street Fighter, Mario Brothers, something like that. So we're sitting there like both on chairs, both with controllers in our hands and playing against each other, whatever it was we was playing. And I don't know what it was because, that day and the day before we was like earlier in that day and the day before was proper playing a lot of football and a lot of roller hockey because that was like two of the games that was massive where I lived. So obviously we'd done a lot of exercise. And so we're sitting there, we're playing the computer, and then all of a sudden I just start getting these like twinges in my legs, like cramp, sort of like. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, no, I'm all right. Like, really should have stood up and like touched my toes for about half hour, just like stretched my legs out. But I didn't. I sat there and I was playing whatever it was, Street Fighter, and, you know what I mean, bit of the old Ryu, bit of the old Ken. And all of a sudden, my legs, like I could just feel it because they was like bent over the seat or whatever. And I just knew that I had to straighten my legs because they was about to lock up big time. Worst cramp I've ever had in my whole life. So I've like pushed away from the computer. I let my joypad hit the floor or whatever, and I sort of fell off the chair onto the floor. And I'm like completely laying down flat on the floor, like, and I can feel my legs are trying their best to like all lock up and all that. And it was like quite like hurting a bit as well. So I was on the floor like screaming like, oh God, what's happening? And my nephew is just in floods of tears, laughing his head off so much. Like, he's laughing at me. I'm on the floor, he's sitting on one of these chairs looking down at me, and he's just cracking up so much. So I'm laying there and I'm begging him to sort of like, I don't know, do what they do to footballers when they lift their legs up and that, and they give them a stretch or whatever, or just get me standing up without having to bend my legs, because I knew there was the point of no return. If I'd have bent my legs, that's it. I'd have been just locked. So I was just laying there, but he's laughing his head off, taking a right piss out of me. It was just like, I was just like, oh my God, please help me, please. And he's just like cracking up. But it was proper funny. I suppose you had to be there, but it was really funny. Like, and in the end, I got him to sort of get me standing up, like in some proper weird way of getting up, like, and holding onto things and keeping my legs as straight as I could. And then like finally got to my feet and then like just bent over, touching my toes, stretching my legs out for ages. It was probably about 10 minutes, but it felt like forever. And in the end, my legs starting to feel, you know what I mean, a bit more like I could trust to just bend it a little bit and stuff like that. But it was funny, so funny, and I must have looked like a big idiot laying on the floor, like screaming, while my nephew's standing there laughing his head off, like. But that was a sweet little short one, and I just thought I'd share that with you because it was proper funny. Like, oh my God, just imagine like some fella laying on the floor screaming and someone else laughing. It was mental. But yeah, that was just a little short, quick one from the back of the block. All right, nice one. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Chat tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales?